Hey everybody, welcome to Ken Knows Gambling. And it's time for a new 10 series. And I'm gonna run Waylon's, I think he calls it the GOAT, G.O.A.T, for greatest of all times. And I texted him back and forth today, and so he okayed what I'm doing. And he did it at the $5 level, and he had a $3,000 bankroll. I don't want to deal with those ones. So you can play it at any level you want to, but I'm going to play it at the $10,000 level, and so I can start at 25s instead of 5s. I think he won $400 or $500 at his level, and so we're going to try to get $1,000 if we can. So I got 10 grand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 grand. Okay. This is 2,000. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 95, 10. Now I'm going to end up needing some 5s here in a minute, because I've got a cap here. So I'll go ahead and do that now. I'll get $100 and 5s. Alright, so let me explain what's going to happen here. We're going at the $25 level. These are on all the time. I don't even need a puck. Alright, so it starts out this way. Alright. It's a ladder. They'll go up by 25s. So, any inside hit, 5, 6, 8, or 9, you start, counts as 1 hit. Any 4 or 10 counts as 2 hits. Alright, so you need the 4 hits so you come down a level if you get, if you get up there. So you come down, and sometimes if you hit a ladder, a parlayed up 4 or 10, then you can just come on back down to base. You just sort of have to look at your bankroll. But here's sort of how it goes. Let's say the 5 gets, or the 9 gets hit, okay? So that's a $35 win, right? Well, he's going to pocket the 10. I ain't going to put it over there. He's going to pocket the 10, stack, pocket the $10, stack the 10, okay? Let's say he gets another one for 35, because all these will pay 35. All right? So he gets another 35. He pockets that 10, then he stacks the 4, okay? Every inside hit. Now, I'm going to try to explain this. So, but let's say, so 1 hit, stack that. Second hit, we stack that. If I hit the 4 or 10, that's 4 hits, I come back down to base. But let's say I get a 3rd hit there. That's 35. So 3rd hit, and then if I get a 4th hit, I don't even have to stack it. After the 4th hit, then I can come all the way back down to base. If I've stacked a 4 or 10 and it gets hit, I can either come down a level, or depending on my bankroll, I can start all over again. And that's all there is to it, okay? Ain't a whole lot to it. It is a little movement, but not like tons. Okay, so we start out with 10 grand. We're gonna try to go for 1,000. That's 10%. I don't need the puck. We're gonna grab a couple of blue dice here, and now, anytime it sevens out before the 4th hit, everything's up by a quarter. So when I win here, if I'm at this level, these are stacked by 25s. But if I get to the 2nd level, it's 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Then I stack them by 50, and so on and so forth. It's going to take my brain everything I can to keep it straight. Waylon creates them so he can just go through them. I got to think. All right. So they're on all the time. Here we go. All right. So we get a 6. That's one hit. And I have to talk this out loud. That's $35. I'm going to amp the 10 up. Pocket $10. That's one hit. We need to get to 4. All right, there's another 6. That's our second hit. Now you pop that 4. Second hit. And also, too, second hit, if you hit like the 410 now, that'll count 2 hits. And you can come on back down. But that's our second hit. There's a 12, that's nothing. There's a 10, so that's 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits. All right, so that pays 50 twice. Okay, now I can go ahead and bring these down. Come on back down, okay? And you just keep slinging. So start over with the hits. 6, there's one hit. Stack that, that over there. One hit. There's an 8. That's the second hit. Pop that on the 4. That's our second hit. There's a 5. This will be our third hit. Pop the 10. And one more hit, and we can bring them back down. But we didn't get our 4th hit, so we unfortunately we lost. So in this case, we have to go up to the next level. Okay, this is where those 4 hits will come more into play now than they did before. Alrighty, if we get a 7 out before 4 hits, up we go by quarters. That's why you got 10 grand here. Alright, he was doing $5, I'm doing 25. Alright, here we go. There's a 6, so that pays 70. That's one hit. Alright, one hit, we stack the 10. If we hit the 10, because it's stacked, we can come down a level, I believe is what he said. But that's one hit. There's a 6. That's worth $70. That's 2 hits. I'll probably have to go 75 for 5 before too long. That's 2 hits. There's an 8. That's worth 70. We'll go 75 for 5. Alright. One more hit, and we can come down a level. Come down to base. That's 3 hits. We need that 4 or 10 to hit. There's an 8. That's our 4th hit. So we get 75 for 5. Alright, and we get to come down. Like so. Alrighty. We're actually, because I took the 100 from here to get the red, so we're actually up 100 and whatever I have up there. We're actually doing pretty good. Alright, start over. Start over. There's an 8. That's worth 35. We'll pocket that. Pop the 10. One hit. There's the 7. So we didn't make it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Almost got there. Like so. And okay. Start over. 3 don't count. I'm about to turn my air on. There's a 10, but that only counts as 2 hits. And it's not an inside, so we don't even stack it. That just counts as 2 hits. And let me turn my AC on. I know it's loud, but alright. So that's 2 hits. There's a 12. There the AC goes. There's 11. 6. That's we'll go 75 for 5. So that's 3 hits. We'll pop that up right there. And 10. Automatic. We get to come back down. So we have 100 there. We'll pay ourselves and come back down to base. Alright, there we go. Alright, and I don't know, since I've got such a huge bankroll, 10% is a great goal, but I still think anything, you get it over 5, I'll call it. However, I'm going to try to get to 1,000. Doesn't mean I'll actually have to get there. I'll make that up. But here we go. There's a 10, that counts as 2 hits. That's a 6. That's our 3rd hit. There's a 9, that's our 4th hit. See, my pea brain's gonna have to keep up with that. Alright, that's our 4th hit, so I can bring that back down. Okay. And start over. There's the 7. Okay. There's an 11. Another 11. Wow. There's a 7. All right. The first test of the night. Now we got to go up to 75. Each hit now be worth 105, and every bump is 75 on these sevens because that's where we're at. This is why you got the bankroll, in case you get a bunch of sevens. This is where I'm gonna have to keep up with this shit. Alright, there's a 10. Counts as 2 hits. That's worth 150. Two hits. There's a 9. That's a third hit. That's worth 105. Whoops. Yeah. Because I don't stack them if I hit the 4 or 10. That's 105. Whoops. And that's our third hit. So we stack this up by 75. One more hit. When we come down a level. There's a 9. That's worth 105. That's our fourth hit. So we get to come down a level. So we get to come down to the 50. $50 level. Okay. All right. We're at the $50 level. There's a 2. There's a 6. That's 75 for 5. That's one hit. We go up by 50s. One hit. There's an 8. That's 2 hits. 75 for 5. That's 2 hits. Bump them outsides up. 2 hits. 4. That's 4 hits. So that right there is going to be worth 200. Like so. And we can come all the way down because we were only at level 2 to start with. Waylon, if you're watching this, man, keep a hawk eye on me. I'm really trying to do this right. Alright, let's just take a breather here just to see where we're at. There's 4. So we're up 600 plus that. 6, 7. We're up 7 something. So we ain't got that damn far to go. But as Waylon always says, and I agree with him, if you're satisfied, get the fuck out of there, boy. I'm not even joking you. You guys saw what happened on my 10th session of my blackjack. One more session, I was 10-0. But it didn't make it. That's all there is to it. And that's my disclaimer. That's going to be my new disclaimer every freaking video. Any strategy can get kicked at any time, anywhere, any place. Any of them. And not only can they will, you play them long enough. The best bet in the casino is not to make your first bet. Period. Gambling sucks. Alright. We're back to level 1. Here we go. We got an 8. That's hit number 1. And stack that one. Any inside stacks these outside. Up, there's the 7. 2. Alright, start the count over. There's an 8. That's worth 70. And that's hit number 1. Okay, now these go up by 50. Hit number 1. There's an 11. There's a 3. Wasted rolls. There's an 8. This would be hit number 2. Hit number 2. There's a 4. Hit number 2, hit number 3, hit number 4. And we can come back down after I pay this $200. Now we get to come back down. Let me get quarters here just because I want to. $200. Alright, let's put that back. Let's go here. Alrighty. And let's take a breather. And let's see where we're at. Alright. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's our 10,000. Right. I can get $100 for this. I can already tell you what I'm fixing to do. Okay. I'll get 25 for that. And here we go. This will tip the dealer. Session number 1 of Waylon at Waylon's Way Craps. The GOAT, greatest of all times. That's what he calls this strategy. So let's see where we're at. That's 500, should be. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $1,050. We got up to level 3, I think. I think Waylon says he's been to 6 or 7 before, and had fought back. So I'm sure that'll happen. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get a $500 chip. And then this is 5. That's a $500 chip. 10,000 in bankrolls there. We're up $1,050. I tipped $20. Wabbo! Session number 1 of Waylon's G.O.A.T. GOAT. And yeah, at that level, man, it makes quick work. As long as everything's nice to you. But anyway, there you go, man. Hope you enjoyed that one. And I guess until the next time, whoops, be great. See ya.